good everybody, it's your boy Hamza from Ather Gaming, and today guys I'm coming to you with a brand new video. And if you guys didn't see in the community post, I will show it right here. Over this past weekend we did have a winner box, and I took this deck to the winner box and ended up going undefeated and winning it all. And I now want to show you guys my deck profile. But anyways guys, before we get into it, make sure you guys like, comment, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We are almost 110 subscribers away from that 6K mark, so make sure you guys subscribe so you do not miss out a single video that we upload. But anyways, check out our Patreon down below, and let's get straight into this video. Alright guys, starting off with the deck profile, we are going to quickly get into it because I'm sure that you guys have seen other deck profiles. But yeah, we are going to start off with playing our triple Rokket Tracer. Now Tracer, of course, being the best Rokket in what he provides to the deck, because again, I mean, it is Tracer, right? Like, what more can you ask from this guy? He's the tuner, like the best tuner in the deck. And then moving on, we play our one Rokket Recharger and our one Silver Rokket. So I play two targets and I don't play Rokket Synchron, and that is specifically because I think that Rokket Synchron isn't as good in what he provides, because I do play an alternative to that guy, which is Silver Rokket. And Silver Rokket is strictly because I wanted two level 4 targets for Tracer, so if I get disrupted or if I actually draw one. And Recharge has a super unique effect where if like an extra deck monster is like popped, you can pitch him and then reborn another dark monster, so he does help in the later grind games. And I choose to actually keep this card for later, so that's why I decided to play Rokket Tracer. And then I play the one Absolute Router Dragon. If you guys don't know what Router Dragon does, is if you control a Rokket monster, you can special out another Rokket monster. And he's really good in what he provides, because like you can technically go like you can go like normal Tracer, special Absolute Router like this, and then you just like link them off and go into like another play, and then like Absolute Router will like add you like a Recharger or like a Silver Rokket, and that's how you have more ways to play the game. So that's why I decided to play our triple Tracer with like our one, these guys and this guy. So that's why I decided to play them. Really cool in what they provide. And then moving on to the best normal summons in the deck, I decided to play triple Black Metal Dragon, and of course the one Red Eyes Darkest Metal. I chose not to play the Red Eyes Wyvern, and I know a lot of people do like playing Red Eyes Wyvern for like additional searches. I just don't like them, to be honest. Yes, I know that you can like chain block and go into further plays, but I don't want to play bricks in my deck. And again, like I want to be able to combo with every single card in my deck, and you guys will see that later on as to why I don't play certain cards. So that's it for them. Then of course, for the other normal summon in the deck, we play our triple Starleech Safer. If you guys don't know what Safer does, is you can send him, or sorry, you can send Dragon Monster from the field or hand, and then add another Dragon Monster with like equal levels of the monster you send. So if you send himself, you can add a 4. If you send 2 of him, you can add an 8, and so on and so forth. So yeah, he is really good in that regard. Normal summoning him is one card combo, as well as normal summoning Black Metal, because if you normal summon him, he can get you a White Dragon or a Black Dragon. So it is really good in that regard as well. And again, I mean, Safer is really good. Look, plus he's a secret, nice shiny, right? But yeah, so that's it for him. Then moving on, we play like the best extended in the deck, I would like to say, is Noctivision Dragon, and I gave him his own little slot in my deck profile because of what he provides. If a dark monster special summon, a dark dragon monster special summon, you can special summon him from your hand, so chain link 1, chain link 2, so really good. If he's sent from the field to the graveyard as link material, you can draw cards, so again, chain link 1, chain link 2. So seeing him plus any other dragon monster is full combo, because you go normal summon a monster, link it to Striker Dragon, chain link 1 Striker, chain link 2 Noctivision special summon itself, and then you go link it to Romulus, chain link 1 Romulus, chain link 2 Noctivision, again to chain block the Romulus. Really important in what that provides to you, so that's why Noctivision really good. Then he has the other super unique effect where he says if a face down card you control is targeted by a card effect, you can banish him and then negate the effect, then your opponent can't target the face down card. I did that with like an impermanence my opponent cycled it, and that's just because like, you know, I just wanted to protect the impermanence. Really cute interaction. Moving on to some more one-ups, we play the one White Rose and the one Red Rose. And I know a lot of people are going to be asking me why I chose to play only one White Rose as opposed to 2 White Rose. And that's because I don't want to be insecure when it comes to my combos. I don't want to be like, okay, I play 2 White Rose because if I draw 1 White Rose, I can still combo. Because there are other ways to combo, right? You don't need to have White Rose, and plus for the most part you almost always have a tuner on board, which is Tracer, so you can always summon White Rose from your hand. If you need to summon it earlier than the usual, it's fine, and you always have one space to summon a monster. So that's why I decided to play the one Red Rose and the one White Rose. Then more one-ups, we play the one White Dragon and the one Black Dragon. If you guys don't know what these guys do, I will be pretty surprised. Banish a black, summon him. Banish a dark, sorry, summon him, and then when he leaves the field, add black. banish a light, summon him, then when he leaves the field, add white. And Chaos Space just makes playing them also much better. For bricks, you guys can see bricks. We play the one Dragonity Knight Phalanx, the one Dragon Destruction Swordsman, Buster Destruction Swordsman, Dragon Buster. Phalanx, really important to the combo because this is how you do all your plays for the most part. He's really good because, again, he is a level 4 lower tuner, but on top of that, he is really unique in what he provides because he gives you the extra deck lock. Super cool card, and for the most part, it stops your opponent from playing the game, so that's why I really like playing that. And if I can't side Sanctum, I'll Sanctum my opponent with that. Then we played the one Brotor, the one Levianeer. Again, Brotor can basically add you anything in this deck, and then Levianeer punish your opponent for hand trapping you. And for the most part, you want Levianeer because we just want to hit one card from our opponent's hand, and hopefully if their hand is all board break cards and one engine, we hit the engine. If it's all engine plus one board break, we hit the board break. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, having one card down is really important, and then being able to set up negates as well, super crucial. And then the one Dragon Darkworm, and I chose to play Darkworm because I learned from the FTK where you want as many sort of extenders as possible, and having Darkworm really helps that, because I decided to like facilitate my deck with other cards as well. So that's why I chose to play Dragon Darkworm in my deck, and you guys will understand later on. No, I do not play Dragon Maid, Chamber Dragon Maid I think is her name, and I specifically chose not to play her because yes, I understand that she's a one card combo, but drawing her Reborn card doesn't help her at all, and it forces you to do like a pretty lackluster play. I know that like if you LP her out, you can add a card and then link her off and then do that, and you can pitch to your back, but it's super similar with Brotor as well, where you have so many other extenders where like just drawing the card and not doing the chamber play just nets you one dead card, and I just wanted to play as many extender cards as possible and cards that kind of worked with each other, so that's why I chose not to play it. But yeah, moving on to the hand traps. Since we are in a combo heavy format, I decided to really almost max out on my hand traps. So I played triple Nibiru, because again, you want to be able to play as many high impact hand traps as possible, followed by our Cyframe Gear Gamma with our good for nothing boy Driver. And the reason why I decided to actually play Gamma was because it's like these two are like some of the most problematic cards, because Gamma is Ash and Ogre put to one, right? I mean put together, because your opponent uses an effect, we negate it, and then we destroy it. So gets the monster off the board completely, and that's why I really like playing these guys the way they do. And then of course I play triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring because it is the most like versatile hand trap, and you can use this card if you have Herald on board, so it is really good in that regard because Ash has discard, now sent to graveyard. We play triple Effect Veiler because again we want to stop our opponent from actually playing the game, so that's why I decided to play triple Effect Veiler. And then we also played triple Infinite Impermanence in that regard as well, because Imperm is really good because it stuns our opponent, and again we want to be able to open 2 hand traps at least, if not 1, and then double Ghost Ogre for those pesky Numeron decks and other sort of like the mirror matches and stuff like that, and that's why I decided to play them. And yeah, I decided to play 17 hand traps, 18 if you count the Driver because he hand traps yourself. But yeah, 17 hand traps. Would I change anything about it? Probably not. Would I play Ghost Martyr? No. Every hand trap for me worked very well. Gamma being like MVP because when you Chaos Space pitch a card, he really punishes your opponent for trying to combo and hand trapping you. Is really good in that regard. Now moving on to the spell cards, we play triple Chaos Space, and I decided to play triple Chaos Space because Chaos Space is like the best card in the deck. If you go like Chaos Space, pitch Abstract Dragon is really good in what he provides, because he can add you like, you go Chaos Space, pitch Router, add Tracer, and then add White Dragon, so it is really good because it is full combo. And then being able to banish itself to put a dragon monster or banished monster that can't be normal summer set back to the bottom of your deck, and then drawing a card for extenders is really good in that regard as well. That's why I decided to play Chaos Space. It's an extender and a consistency card all in one. Then I played triple Quick Launch because of what it provides. Quick Launch is a really good card. Being able to deal with IP is really cute as well. So like, even if you have nothing, you go enter battle phase, so you bait the IP, and if you don't bait the IP, you just activate Quick Launch in battle phase, summon a Tracer, and then Tracer will attack IP. So now your opponent is forced to either negate Quick Launch to stop the monster from coming out, or you just summon the Tracer and you beat over the IP, and now it kind of stops your opponent from playing the game. So it is a really like unique interaction. 50% of the time, actually, well, I don't know why this card left. 50% of the time when you use Quick Launch and you enter battle phase, they'll always use IP effect. Well, not 50, maybe 80% of the time. They'll always use IP for evenly. So you just go ahead and use Quick Launch to summon the card. So that's why I chose quick launch to be really good in that regard. And then I play the double Dragon Shrine and the one Foolish Burial. So now this is what I chose to play over the House Dragon Maid or Chamber Dragon Maid. And the reason because is I don't want to play like one really poopy reborn card that doesn't really work with my other cards. I just decided to play these guys because you actually go, Dragon Shrine works with Dark Worm as an extender, and it also works with Abstract Dragon as a starter, so it is really good. And then on top of that, you just want to be able to max out on those cards as well, so that's why I decided to play that. So I played double Dragon Shrine and the one Foolish Burial to play that. So yeah, would I change this? No. Would I up Dragon Shrine to 3? Maybe, but since we don't have Destrudo and I don't play Tempest, you probably don't really want to play those cards right now. If you guys did play Tempest or more targets, it would be better. But right now, I just wouldn't recommend it. And then moving on to the God card of the deck, which is World Legacy Guard Dragon. Now, World Legacy Guard Dragon is really important in what he provides because, let's face it, Monster Reborn is really good. But being able to move the zones to like our Needle Fire Pointer and combo off is really good. And for the most part, almost every time I would get Nibiru, which is like half the times I dueled, I would use World Legacy Guard Dragon to reborn any monster, make a Protector Wall, summon my extender, and then just combo off from there. So Guard Dragon is really good. Another cool unique thing is Guard Dragon can just add a dragon monster level 4 or lower from your graveyard to your hand, and you can still use the effects of the monster. So like you can reborn safer if you didn't use it and just combo off from there. So that's why I decided to play World Legacy Guard Dragon, and to be honest, every deck should play it. Then for the power 1-ups, I play the one Monster Reborn, the 1-for-1, Dragon Ravine, Divine Lance, and Boot Sector Launch. Now let's get over it. Okay, Monster Reborn, right? Brings any card as an extender. 1-for-1 gets you Brotor or Black Metal, really good. Sector Launch is like an extender because he does that Soul Charge effect, but he also does the Effective Tracer, and yeah, it's a really good card. +3/+1, why not? Divine Lance, this card is really good. Yes, I know I don't play the FTK, but Divine Lance and Ravine are really good because Divine Lance lets you get to Phalanx, and if you already have Phalanx or Divine Lance, you get Ravine as another form of extender, so it is really good. Cool thing about this is like, if you get Nibiru, if you have this card and you get Nibiru, right, and your opponent like fears like the Phalanx, you just go Dragon Ravine, pitch a card, dump Router, get Tracer, activate Sector Launch, summon your Tutor, and then go Tutor and Nibiru token into Needle Fiber and combo off from there. So that's it for the deck, guys. I played 60 in the main. Of course, you know me, if I am not playing 60, what am I doing in my deck? So that's why I decided to play 60. Moving on to the extra deck, but first, shout out Zane, Yusei, and Yusei, again, my favorite character, myself from Eating Chips, and the gang. Shout out the whole team for showing up at the event. But now moving on to the extra deck, I play double Striker Dragon. I don't play 3 because you don't actually have space in the deck. And also Striker Dragon is just good as is. Then I play the one LP and the one Pisty because again, LP and Pisty, they're really important in the deck because they're kind of like the starters and extenders. Pisty is a good comeback play. LP for the most part is really good, probably gonna get banned. The one Link Cross, this card will for sure get banned. Again, like being able to turn any monster into this guy and just summoning free tokens to synchro off is really good. Not everybody's gonna be synchro summoning, so Link Cross is gonna get out of here really soon. Then I play, for Link 2s, I play the one Needle Fiber, the one Union Carrier, the one Protector Wall, really good, being able to be made with any monsters. But again, he's really good for 3 reasons. 1, he's generic, so you can use him in anything. 2, he's a generic dragon, so now like if you get stuck with LP Pisty, you can make him. And then 3, he has the effect where you can mill a Buster, like, or a Destruction Swordsman card. So you can mill the Whelp, or like the little baby girl, and then you can reborn it with like Monster Reborn or anything, and then go into Needle Fiber. So it's really good in that regard as well. Not a lot of people use that effect, but it is super important going second. The one Heretic Seal, because it's like one of the best forms of disruption. Another cool thing is you can use you can tribute monsters from your hand as well, so it plays around Call by the Grave. And for the most part, one disruption on like the network is really good, and then you still have Herald and Savage to deal with other pesky cards. That's why I just play that. The one Romulus and Dragoon Knight Romulus is really good. This card's gonna probably go up in price because of like how good he is. Because as soon as you get to Romulus, you can bait all sorts of negates. As soon as you get to this card, the game is over because now you search your Divine Lance or your Ravine, you get your Phalanx, you get your Link Cross, you get your Needle Fiber, you get everything. So he is really good in that regard. So he needs to go up in price. That's why I decided to play a bunch of Link 2s, and I don't play Link 3s because I have no space. So I play the one Savage Dragon and the one Appaloosa. Not Savage, Sword. I always call him Savage Dragon. The one Sword Dragon, because you always use this card. Literally, you always use this card. Whether it's going second OTK or going first for the pointers, really good. And he does give you protection for like your Seals and your Herald. And then Appaloosa, never made this card, but in theory, it is really good, right? In theory, if you get disrupted, you make the Appaloosa, but I never actually made this card because strictly for the reason where if I would get disrupted, I would make like a Union Carrier and just lock my opponent out of the extra deck and force them to give up their battle phase for like a subpar play to try and out my board. And then I still have all the play for next turn and they didn't kill me, so it is really good in that regard. And for the most part, decks you need their battle phase to break boards, so that's why I like it. Then I played the 1 Marcher or Metal Marchiness, the 1 Herald, and the 1 Savage Dragon. Okay, Marcher is super important in what he provides because he does the like Reborn play and he does all sorts of other shenanigans. So that's why I decided to play Marcher. Now Herald is really good because he actually beats like the whole Eldritch deck like single-handedly. They have no monster that can actually kill this card, which is pretty funny because they play all tuners. And if they're playing the invoked version, they actually can't do anything because 1k defense and Alistair has 1k attack. So now they have to do like some really subpar plays. And then a super cool thing about this guy is when people enter battle phase, try and out this card, you just ready to bounce the card. So Herald is really good. And then against dinos, any monster that's popped from the hand or sent from the deck is banished instead. So if they go litho, pop the babies will get banished and they won't trigger. So that's really good in that regard as well. And then we play the 1 Savage Dragon because Savage is really good. Super cool thing about him is that not a lot of people know is he can negate cards or effects. So he can actually negate like set trap tribute, or he can activate and negate like the effect of like a trap card to cut attack in half. So really good negate as well in what Savage provides. And now I'm quickly going to get onto my side deck before I end the video off. So I play triple Cosmic Cyclone because I really hate back row, and I think Cyclone is like one of the best back row removal cards in the game right now, being able to deal with a lot of Eldritch cards and banish them, Altergeist cards and banish them, and that's why I decided to play them. Then I played triple Lightning Storm because again Lightning Storm is really good as well because I don't like Evenly. A lot of people like Evenly, but I personally don't like Evenly because I don't like giving up my battle phase. Because like I said before, a lot of decks use their battle phase to break boards, and if I can deal with pesky cards and then use other forms of removal to deal with them, I would rather do that. I'd rather use my battle phase to get rid of cards like Herald and IP, and then use Lightning Storm to bait the negates that let me get into battle phase to break the board. So that's why I really like Lightning Storm in that regard. Then for more back row hate, because again, it is a rogue matchup. You want to be able, my main deck is teched out for the combo matchup, and then my side deck is teched out for the rogue matchup. So I play the 1 Red Reboot, and I play the 1 Dino Wrestler Panktops. This card almost always came in every single matchup going second because Panktops is really good. He is really good against Zexal decks as well because you special him, run over the Zexal, and then just leave him, set your cards. You have a form of disruption and force your opponent to really have to do something. And then Cyclone is really good as well. Going first, Cyclone actually did see a lot of play as well because I had to deal with cards like Mystic Mind. So I would side out some hand traps for Cyclone. Then moving on, I played the 3 Forbidden Chalice, sorry, and I chose this over XYZ Encore because I like Chalice. Because Chalice actually deals with a lot of cards, and for the most part, Zexal decks actually make you start so they can try and OTK you. So I decided to play Chalice because even if I side in Chalice going first, expecting to go second, it'll still work better than XYZ Encore will because I can still Chalice other cards and stop my opponent from really killing me. So yeah, it's really good in that regard as well. And then for more Zexal hate, I sided the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, so just the 3rd Ogre, just to be able to deal with Zexal deck. So if you guys can see, I played the 1 Ogre, followed by these guys, and then the Panktops, and then I main decked the Ogre, and I played Impermanent Gamma. So I just really forced my opponent to either have it or don't have it. So yeah. Then moving on to the final cards, I played Artifact Lancia. Dinos is a very problematic deck in what it provides because Dinos is really annoying. My locals does have a lot of Dinos, so I decided to play Lancia. But Lancia does cover decks like Eldritch. It does cover decks like Adamantipator because you can stop their block dragon play, and it does cover decks like Orcus and other rogue sort of decks. Lancia does. And then of course there is always that one random Vanish dot deck that you have to deal with, so Lancia is really good. And again, a super cool interaction that I can show you guys right now is with Lancia is, say for example you side in Lancia going first, right? And this is for like some Rokket players. I'll show you guys the combo later, but say for example you side Lancia going first, right? One of my best plays I could do against Dinos is I'll summon Union Carrier and I'll have Seals, right? Like this, okay? And now if I sided out my Buster Lock because you know, I didn't think he was gonna make me go first, I would go Carrier Effect, target itself, and I would equip the Lancia to it, right? Like this, okay? Then what I would do is during my opponent's turn, I would go Seals effect and I would tribute Seals, and I would use Seals effect and I would bounce the Lancia to my hand, and then on resolution I would use Seals, and then I would use Lancia as well to send the graveyard to not prevent my opponent from banishing, and that sets me up a play for next turn to actually kill my opponent. So super cool interaction like that. And I have a bunch of other cool combos like that that I was pulling off of the deck. If you guys want to see it, let me know down below as well. Alright guys, so that was it for the combo, the deck profile. If you guys want to see other deck profiles, make sure you guys let me know down below. If you guys want to see a combo tutorial in depth with like all sorts of explanations, I have like 3 classic combos I was going to. Personally, I don't consider them to be standard, so make sure you guys let me know down below as well. And then if you guys are super excited for my IRL videos, because IRL Yu-Gi-Oh is back, make sure you guys comment down below and leave a like. But without further ado guys, this is Hamza, and like I always say, keep on shining and never give up on your dreams. Peace.